Let me firstly introduce myself. I am Angela Shelton. I am the CEO for Answers for Associations. We are an online community dedicated to connecting and supporting association professionals like all of you with us today. And I'd also like to start this webinar with an acknowledgement of country. We respectfully acknowledge and pay our respects to the Turrbal people located in Meanjin, Brisbane, their elders, laws, customs and creation spirits. We acknowledge that these lands have always been places of learning, sharing and community support. And today I am going to introduce our fantastic speaker. Olena Lima is the founder and principal consultant at MemberBoat. Many of you have probably already come across Olena's fantastic work in the market, but as a bit of background, she has 15 years of experience in digital marketing and is an absolute guru when it comes to helping member-based organizations navigate and leverage emerging digital marketing tools, because there's a lot in the market right now. And today she's going to be jumping in to share the results of her recent survey. And it's going to be talking about how she can propel your association into the digital age and how you can stay ahead of the curve with the results that she's going to be sharing with you. She'll also be discussing what the future of associations will look like with AI and digital transformation, member experience, culture, and so much more. Welcome, Olena.
Good morning and good afternoon, everyone who is joining us from other countries. And I actually had a few requests from Europe and US. This webinar is going to be recorded because it's going to be 3 a.m. with our time. So it's great to see you all here. As Angela mentioned, thank you so much for the introduction, Angela. As Angela mentioned, I'm Olena, founder of MemberBoat, and I can see in the list of people who joined today quite a lot of familiar faces. So look, if you know me and if you ever attended my webinars and workshops below, you know how much I hate webinars and when it's one way. So please don't make me feel like I'm just sitting here and recording my black screen. Please, ask the questions and drop some chats and, and some comments so I can kind of see your feedback. We have only 30 minutes today, and it's a lot of content to drop in 30 minutes, so it will be quite intense. However, our generous Angela allow me to stay a little bit longer online to ask any of your questions. So if you have time a little bit later after the webinar, please stay online and ask any questions. This will be the time when you have all the questions, and I won't be taking questions during the slides because I have quite a few slides to jump in. So please, write down somewhere your questions so you can ask it later. Angela, if someone writes any comment during the presentation, I'm not going to be able to see the comments when I share the screen. So please just interrupt me and kind of let me know. So let me share my screen. And I hope you had all who are with me in the same timeline. I hope you all got your lunches and your coffee, so you're kind of relaxing and enjoying your lunch together with me. All right, can you see my screen now? Angela, is it good?
Yes, we are good. We can see your fantastic screen.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, team. Let's begin. First and foremost, I would like to tell about the survey. This is the second round of the survey. We ran the similar survey in 2022. We obviously didn't have the exciting section on AI in that survey. And we would like to say a huge thank you to all people who took their time and participated in the survey and share their insights. We did leave the option for people to stay anonymous, so we have quite a few respondents who asked not to show their names, but these are on the screen. And I know that some of you participating now in the webinar. Thank you so much. This really makes, I know it wasn't a 3-minute quick survey. It was quite in-depth work. So thank you everyone who dedicated their 10-15 minutes of time to sharing their insights. And who hasn't, maybe in 2 years' time, you will do it again. Here's a bit overview of associations who participated in the survey. And the industries, the roles, and whether it was industry bodies or individual membership association. As you can see, that majority of people who responded were in either a CEO or in marketing and membership role. We did have quite a bit of people working in event management. So before we move ahead, I just would like, for those who didn't take the survey, I just wanted to kind of give you this overview of, some terminology. I think I would assume that everyone knows what digital transformation is, so I'm not going to stop on this. It is on the screen though. So what we describe as digital maturity is the degree to which organization understand the changes that all the digital tools and technology brings to our world. MarTech is the short term for marketing technology. So it's all software that helps you build relationship with your membership and with your clients, including your CRM, email marketing software, social media, and so on. So it's everything that helps you to build this relationship and measure customer satisfaction too. So any software that you're using, it's also part of your MarTech. And what's tech stack and MarTech stack? It's when you stack these pieces of technology together so they become an infrastructure that's talking to each other. So, when your CRM is talking to your email software and you can pull the data, this is when you start creating your stack for efficiency. And artificial intelligence, I don't think that I need to stop much on that because I think we all know what it is. So in general, association tech stack is very, very broad. That's why our survey is so big, because usually we have CRM or membership administration system. We have website that's sometimes connected, sometimes is not connected. But if you have a member portal, often it's integrated into your website. Then you have email marketing system. You have event management software, learning management system, CPD, online communities. And some of the associations have awards program, mentoring program software. And so this is all that creates this MarTech stack. And in this webinar, because it's so short, we will be only covering CRM, website, email. But next week, when our full report is ready, you will receive overview of all these different software that associations use. And actually, I wanted to tell you, you are excluded. You are the very first, set of people who are looking at this data, because the report is not ready yet. So it's straight from the oven. So here we can compare the data in terms of, so we ask associations how they feel that they're digitally, at what stage their digital preparedness is. And you can see that last year, we still have 6% of people who were with minimal stage, and they were using Excel spreadsheets in their operation. This dropped to 1%. So people are embracing, in 2 years, people are embracing more operations. But we have similar numbers on kind of digital advanced and people becoming more digitally optimized, which is great. And then we ask people when they feel more confident in their capabilities. And we can see here that, unfortunately, people lacking confidence in providing customer experience, even though the results grew a little bit from the last survey that we ran. But it's still below average, below 5. So there is a room for improvement in this. However, what great dynamic that we can see is the culture. Culture is understanding of digital transformation by the board, by your team, and willingness to adopt these new digital tools, and it's growing. So, hopefully, and as you can see, confidence in everything is growing in strategy and operations. So hopefully this confidence will translate soon in improving our member experience. So when we ask what's the main goal of digital transformation, overwhelming, and it was the same as last year, overwhelming majority of people said that it's improving member customer experience is the main focus of all their digital initiatives, followed by growing the business over the long term. So, it's this sustainability and and growth. But 60% of people said that improving member experience is the main focus. Please remember this slide, because we can see that overwhelming majority of people, and it's actually growing comparing with the last time we ran the survey, but overwhelming majority of people said that limited budget is the main hurdle and the main barrier in their digital transformation. But please remember this well, because we will cover this a little bit later. The second challenge is lack of expertise in the digital transformation initiative, and we also see a lack of digital strategy, lack of understanding of digital trends, along with the time. So let's go into this new section that we ran this year. Obviously, we don't have files to compare from the previous survey. But so when we checked what's your level of understanding, we can see that 1 in 5 organizations feel that they have a strong understanding. So 60% of associations have some type of understanding about AI, which is a great result. But for those who have little understanding, there's definitely lots of resources and opportunities to learn. So again, the main challenges in the AI is here you can see it's not the budget, but it's more about lack of understanding of AI technology, lack of skilled personnel, data privacy concerns, and tech limitation. So more than half of associations actually still, even though that they mentioned that they understand, but still this lack of understanding of where it's all moving and how to use it. So it's in terms of how much associations invest into the AI. So we can see that 30% investing, and another 15% are planning to invest, and then not at the moment. Some of them just say not at the moment, maybe not this year, but and some people unsure. But we can see that 45% it's either actively investing in AI or planning to invest. So we can see that we asked associations at what stage of AI adoption they are, and we actually had few associations saying that they're fully integrated AI into multiple aspects of the association. So I think that I will be looking at the data and inviting these people to our Association Hub podcast to hear more from them. I think that we all will be very, very interested of how this fully integration looks like. But we can see that 40% are implementing in AI in some areas. And please here, whether you're participating in the survey or not, please drop in chat your comment whether you are implementing and whether you are among this 40% or you're still a little bit unsure and learning how to. And so now look, we had the open question to our respondents on how do you believe AI will benefit your association in the future? And we group this answer into 5 big sections. First, it's operational efficiency and ability to automate routine tasks. Many respondents highlighted that AI can streamline operations, leading to quicker and more efficient processes. Another group was improved member experience, that AI can provide more personalized experience and better service delivery, enhanced marketing communication, quicker marketing and social media output, content aggregation, data management and analytics, and cost savings. So for those of you who are not implementing AI, this is type of area where you can actually start thinking about implementing and how to do it. So we also asked, in which areas associations believe AI will have most impact, and we can see that 63% believe that marketing will be content creation and management at this point of time. It's the most obvious, I think, with ChatGPT, but obviously, all the operation process and membership engagement will follow. But for now, it's marketing is leading in terms of AI adoption. And here you can either take a screenshot or wait for the slides when then arrive. When we ask what tool you are using for your AI, this is all the software that were mentioned. And what I really like that people did mention software like Canva and MailChimp and others, because they might be not direct AI tools, but they have integrated AI functionality, which is great. And maybe also in the chat, you can drop your favorite AI software, with the one that you most like using, because we all try to, try something new. And this was another question about how association professionals believe AI will impact, their associations in the future. And we can see that everyone thinks that it's with either significantly impact or just improve some services and operations. And 11% were unsure at the moment, and only 1% think that it's minimal. So there are still people who, I think, in denial stage that it's not important. But we can see that the majority of people believe that it will have some impact on our world. So that's our AI section. If you have any questions about, as I mentioned, please drop them in Q&A so I can answer them later, because we only have now 10 minutes left. If you have any comments, if you can have any recommendations to your other 40 peers who hanging here on the webinar, please drop some. We all love to hear about the software. And I will just come back to this slide, and I can tell you that I used maybe 70% of these tools, but there are still definitely will be looking in others just to see what's happening there and what I'm missing out. So definitely something for us to try. And another thing that I wanted to mention, that there are a lot of associations who are planning to invest into the training of AI. And I also mentioned that when you were registering for the webinar, a lot of people were asking that they're expecting to hear how to use AI. Unfortunately, we don't have time in this webinar to cover this, and this is not the purpose of this webinar. But on the answers resources, you can find abundance of resources of how to learn, and very, very practical skills that Julian provides in order to learn exactly. So when we asked, we are going into this section of the survey, when we asked associations what software you were using and how happy they are with this software. And these were the top software used by most associations. There were quite a few others, but these are the top 7. They are in alphabetical order. It's not an order of how often they're used, but we can still see that people use traditional membership software like IMIS, MemberBoat, and Wild Apricot, and at the same time we can also see a lot of people using general CRM like HubSpot, Microsoft Dynamics CRM, and Zoho CRM. So it's interesting to see this trend of moving from traditional IMS into more common software. So when we ask people, and this is another slide that I would like you to remember, so we can see that 35% very much dissatisfied, 40% somewhat satisfied, and 25% very satisfied with their AMS. So this is the core of your associations. And what I would like to mention here is any of the providers that you saw on previous slide had very high and very low marks, because often the level of satisfaction or dissatisfaction, it's not connected with the functionality of the software, but there are so many different factors, including your level of adoption of digital transformation, your culture within the organizations, and this stage of your business. So if you are a small association run by a team of 3, investing into something big may be overwhelming, and you would say, we're not satisfied with the software. It's too clunky, it's too difficult to use, but it might be the reason because you didn't put in, enough training. At the same time, if you're a growing association, some basic tools maybe not enough for you anymore. It doesn't mean that this software is not good. It's just your organization already growing from that. So, and I know that we have a few software providers here in the audience at the moment. So this is a very useful slide for you. So we can see that the main reasons for dissatisfaction were lack of flexibility, service and support, integration and usability, and cost and efficiency. And as I mentioned, please remember these stats about satisfied and dissatisfied people, because we will come back to these stats again. And the main reason for satisfaction is, again, fit for purpose and customization. So a lot of people actually mentioned, so it just does the job, right? So, it's a great opportunity when, it's a great situation when we can see that the software is at the right moment for the association. The ease of use and personalization and flexibility and effectiveness were the other reasons why people love their AMS. As I mentioned, we're not going to go into this presentation into all functionality, but I did wanted to highlight that MailChimp remains #1 email marketing software, with a lot of people actually preferring MailChimp, even if email functionality is integrated within their AMS. But we can also see it's followed by, if their functionality, sometimes when you use AMS, you have AMS and email in 2-in-1. But we can see that people still prefer MailChimp, and it becomes #1. And I'm really surprised. This is the second year in a row that when ActiveCampaign is not mentioned in association industry. It's very strange, because ActiveCampaign has quite a dominant role within normal businesses. So it's very interesting to see this difference. In terms of website, 43% of people using the website integrated within their AMS system, and 30% of people using WordPress. Again, as I mentioned in the report, you will see a little bit detailed information how much people are happy with that or not. But WordPress is still dominating the market. However, we can see the Joomla and Kentico also being used. So, as I mentioned, we're not going into the details into the other online. We asked in the survey what online software they were using, what financial software they were using, what software for events and LMS. What I can tell you is that it was very, very fragmented, especially the learning management systems were very fragmented. There is no, in our data set, we didn't have the leader that would be, so it was a lot of providers and a lot of people using different providers, which was very interesting. And if you look at different type of software and the level of satisfaction, the financial software, including Xero and Myo plus Leaders, they were taking the top. So it's like 80% were happy, which was interesting to see. And I wonder what's happening here. It's if we run the same survey asking financial managers to answer this survey, whether they would have the same level of satisfaction, or maybe it's just because it was filled in by the people in different roles. But yes, financial software was the most software that people were happy about. We also asked the question of, can you please list this software that you wouldn't be able to live without? So, and we can see that Canva is #1, which makes me think about the little, event on the side on how to use Canva. Please drop your comment in chat if you would be interested in this type of, training. So we can run, a few kind of MarTech chats about the use of Canva and some tips and tricks of how you can take the most out of it. Monday and Asana is project management software. Hootsuite is the social media planner. Grammarly, again, we can see Grammarly here. We saw Grammarly also in the AI section. Zoho Suite was mentioned quite a few times because it includes quite a few software that included is like they have 60 application that you can get as one package, and then JotForm, which is also very great software. So again, guys, if you have any favorite software that you want to share and you absolutely cannot live without, drop them in the chat. My personal favorites from me, it's Canva and Asana. I can't imagine my life without these two tools, but also exploring Zoho Suite at the moment. So that's take from me. So when we asked associations what they are focus for the future for the next 5 years, again, optimizing website for better customer experience. So customer experience again is number one focus and objective for the next years. Targeting and personalization and customer journey management were popular areas to focus on in the next few years. So this is interesting part, and this is remember the part when I ask you to please remember about a question about the budget, the question about the level of satisfaction. So we can see that 30% of respondents spend under $20,000 annually on ICT. On there, this includes the AMS software, but not implementation cost, and 30% use more than $100,000 a year. And then when we compare the level of satisfaction, and we also remember that the budget is the most kind of hurdle and barrier for the digital transformation. And as you can see, unfortunately, the more budget you pour in, it doesn't mean that you're becoming more satisfied. It's actually the opposite. And my assumption here, it's not proved by data, but my assumption here is that the more you actually invest into this software, the more expectations you have, and sometimes these expectations are not met. But I found these statistics very interesting, so it makes me think that probably budget is not our most barriers as we can think, because the data shows that we're not becoming happier when we invest more. And I can tell you from my personal experience, and we are going now through a number of digital transformations projects with associations, and I can also tell you that the amount of money that you pour into your software is absolutely not the first factor. And that's about it. I think that I'm even like 2 minutes earlier, which is absolutely not typical for me. So look, if you are not subscribed for my newsletter yet, please subscribe. We share information often, and we have 3 workshops coming up. The first workshop in June would be on segmentation and personalization. So if you are interested, please jump on our Membership Marketing School website and register. And as I mentioned now, we will have the question time. But if you have any questions after the webinar, please reach out at my email, and happy to keep in touch. And I will be stop sharing now and going into the chat to see. So Brett Andrew said that Microsoft OpenAI, which is called OI, has some great features we utilize. And Dylan mentioned that we are looking at it on our virtual hosting platform, search and email communication features. That's great, Dylan. Catherine is saying that she is disappointed with Cloud. I would like to know which actual app we can use. Is this for AI, Catherine? Yes. Look, as I mentioned, like we have this list of apps that I provided on the slide, but I really highly recommend to you to register to some of the Julian workshops, because he actually provides very practical workshop for you where you can go and check, and he actually shares the screen and you do all the tools and how to actually use them. So really recommend that. All right, guys, any questions? Do we have any Q&A questions?
No questions from me, Olena, but thank you for sharing those fantastic insights. They were brilliant. And I thought it'd be just really good to wrap up and say we will share a copy of the recording and your survey findings next week, which everybody, I've had a sneak peek into, which you have had today, but I mean, Alena's been so hard at work putting all of this content together, and I'm really excited to look at where this goes next and what sort of breakout pieces you're going to be doing with this. So super excited to share that with you, and thank you so much, Olena. Really appreciate it.
And thank you, everyone.
All right, to everybody else, have a fantastic day. Please reach out, stay in contact with Olena. We'll be sharing those bits and pieces next week. Otherwise, have a good one, and we'll see you next time. Bye, Olena.
Thank you. Bye, guys.